Yeah, hello, good morning, and welcome to the Friday's edition of Westcoast Morning on Westcoast TV. We are transmitting live from Aguna Kwanta ADB building. My name is Richard Bentum. Nne, mbuon mo kama Benyake's Laser Kobe, Benjamin Arthur, Kobe Mighty. Nne de Friday, yale inanda. Nti se itu Friday ya. Wan bebre ye fazo ye programme e wakia. Mbamba niko wazi na njukome wakane. And Friday yaba mua yaba yaro. Say ye special one for disco kundum. Anti kundum meko disco be. Ezike yambwa ehe. Ye the grandeba. Ye bazro disco be so. See di nkomo bebre ewake. Ye ba niko zo disco aha sale wake in a one. So we engage him na yagra ma ekozro ewo disco ba. Say eko disco so na you have a preparation and you need more ekozro ahead of the big day. More ebazro yambwa ehe. In the program is fully packed. Just stick and stay. Mafa osa aka ufoni anakadikabela mo eklaye. We are live on Facebook or also like we are live on YouTube. Just like, comment, and share. Mutamo na meba. I'll give you the word of motivation. Then we start with the newspaper review. Na yaba discussion mo yaba yadu azro. Stay with us. And to the word of motivation in there, I want to touch on discipline. So the best or the big question is that how disciplined are you? Is a discipline is a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. A talent may open the first door, but its consistency, self-control, focus that keep you moving forward. Every small act of discipline compounds into greatness. And so choose a daily habit that pushes you closer to your dream. So how disciplined are you? In fact, Brabila Mobone said discipline you can't move forward. So in your workplace, how disciplined are you? Financially, how disciplined are you? Wherever you find yourself, how disciplined are you? The more your goals, your dreams, we all aspire to get a greater height. But if you are not disciplined, there are so many things more you may mess up on your way, and that may hinder your progress to achieve or to get to the apex. So no one in we need to be disciplined. Let's stay focused. Let's be self-controlled. Let's control ourselves in the decision that we take, in everything that we do. Stay focused in everything that you do, and medem dike me sabo. Until no one I say be disciplined. And see, I'm going to be disciplined, and I know you also be disciplined. And to come hane in a day yale in anda. And last time ne kobi ne epeke a challenge when it comes to days in hunter. And for Fridays hunter ma be say or anda ma be say ite yale. And I'm glad to have a very big man with me here. Sa ebuama yeah newspaper review. Let me go to him now. May walk me. Cosmos. May I?
Rich.
Aquaba.
Yeah, on Male.
I think the last time we met was just last week.
Oh yeah.
So for some of us, maybe a week we could have on it. The blabber call.
Oh yeah, I'm Adam.
Balakes lives Mary said, is a Malay.
Okay, I'm a more.
Abrabo what do you know?
Oh, the Bravo Coidimano, the Bra, DNA.
Okay. And Kundume Baslo. And I think for Anda, the first one in Baslo this year, the Mercosur Discovery.
Oh, yes.
Because this majority of them will have it after August.
Yes.
Until
the major one,
the first one may
and funny enough, unfortunately for me, over the years, anytime something takes me away.
Media bedi.
Either mo school, kwa sorry program those sort of yeni this year the mom ye imagine ke oh the boy me nimvuma ma ye di kundumi wo andake okay muzo ekeme ye mo nenu ma
but me look at West Coast TV will be live na sa ye fa de bella mo ikezi wo disco kundume to ye kabaka.
Okay, so I guess I will have to be monitoring from
yes,
that.
Yes, it is the baby nti na say olokra ka kenya ma ye can like just get closer to your phone, then on Facebook just search for West Coast TV, and okay YouTube just West Coast TV na just follow my co-host bela ewo umvuma the bela my kodo azibela ne we promise you ke sa ye ma wasa e kan ewo disco enti disco me from ne eko bola ne me say disco e fe pa and the Cosmos you hear your newspaper review you hear headlines major ones na by program you do as well. Now let me start with the first one. The New Crusading Guide is the first paper more one yes too, because there's a story on the front page of the New Crusading Guide. The big story says Shatawale doesn't own any document to his Lamborghini Yoko Meso Ewoke. It has the picture of Shatawale a Lamborghini more is that picture what an money perhaps to care become up Shatawale Bailey. Hey, in fact, Bakake he is the biggest export in terms of the music industry.
Is it only music, even in the entertainment?
Oh yes. So when it comes to the showbiz, let's put lump everything together.
Then it doesn't come as a surprise. Okay, many be say they are not just a fan base; they are a religion. Oh yeah, Almani. Just look at the number within some few hours. More be say shatter back over my bill from Yoko my be sales Kenny. Within some few hours la, but organize bon. Some of the video, man put the I was looking at some of the videos and I'm pictures. But barricade kind of pictures in Meda. The number
of people more baba.
Made the minimum on Ganako more within the few hours into the
but the minimum of all so really represent the street you. In fact, a minimum can you
there's this thing really black again. Afa Kotokone has ya. The fan base can certain club. A fan base, but the minimum they should easily pay money.
Yeah.
You easily get Kotokoma. The same way after Shatta minimum but was street you know. Shatta may label like I man, he's from the street, he's representing the street. And everything he does is for the street. In the street he must be labeled and care, but that's about the end. They ask one of them care, I buy a man. Oh, Kale, you want more document, you the bill and Tibet man he say Nani more bese be she Shatta ma menti marake bese Kale no mo pepe se isamba keke man ma meze po won ke no menti marake ne Kale no mo pepe. Just look at this.
In fact, yesterday a videos mama Shatta really represent the street.
Oh yes.
And the street in fact gave back to Shatawale.
Oh yes.
The support was massive. And at a point more when the Yoko demanded 10 million Ghana cedis, very easy. And I heard one guy who mounted a platform with a microphone pleading on behalf of Shatawale.
Nima mayor, Nima
Sanction. And it didn't come as a surprise. At the end of the day, Bedelezro Ama Shatawale and I love the business sense of Shatawale right after Bayelela. And in fact, now we had an apologetic, repentant Shatawale. I was surprised.
A humbled
Shatawale after Yoko engagement.
It the Yoko man.
It the Yoko officials. Yes, it the Yoko man.
I'm just imagining the way Yoko can more. Menti Shatawale of all people. Erazi. Mr. Alman Muriali 2 minutes below.
And is here. To the extent that Romanacha, Yoko boss said Shatawale had to give me a shout out by thanking him for the treatment more environment. But you see, we expected Shatawale to come out and say, hey, Yoko, hey, what's up?
Just like how Yoko released the first letter.
Exactly, how he reacted.
Yes.
But I'm sure a lot of thought went into that. And after that, you see, Malailo solo noa. And that's why Shatawale can help away.
Rich. The last time I'm in a senior man yearly discussion, maybe say, oh, Ghana police may buy it's okay. Yambotali Lombo Zununi.
Yeah,
Jima by Ejima, and it's exactly what happened to Shatawale.
Yes.
Before Mom became inviting Meko Yoko, look at how he responded to the first release about Dala Mogini.
Yeah.
Scampala, Almanes, look at how he went on live, man. He is so shatter of all people. Yeah. And
I think this one should be some sort of caution to celebrities. In fact, one way they should look at how best more they utilize the fame.
Oh yes.
Remember Malame Elakane and he the law might come after you.
The only person that so far he's above the law, Ghana president.
He's not above the law. Yes, go after him. There's a related story. So the new crusading guy, he say Shiasu MP condemns the arrest of TikTok commentators, and this is a related story to Shatawale Edia because also there was an arrest there. But let's be frank to ourselves, okay? We want to have a community and like a man more always sanity prevails, and to say your opportunity to sit behind or in front of the camera, whatever comes out from us should be something that edifies in your neighbor more because if you look at what went on ninjo kuma bahania malem dike now people are also saying in the previous administration similar commentaries went on and no one reacted. The fact that reacted does not necessarily mean that we should continue with this. Such impunity we shouldn't condone, and we need to.
That's one thing more most often you will fear one because the fact care more. I will at the cabin by your shade doesn't mean care. But that's a be full of could do a car. Mama better than Nukuno. Secret by cast at that time more could ni a be long more ni full ake bon. And you wouldn't say care because a be will care more bad 10 in winty. Mamma mum aka man better.
Yeah.
Maladia may so no is no. The only thing you have to do, like you have to plead your case through cover and Melahan is Aloka. You see, caution your care for my one. This time more social media guy. Those days when a television station a content there are editors, there are many more the filter.
Yeah.
The content member out a radio station, television station. But it's kind of social media, some come from phone. Yes, a bill and a more filter. The only thing that filters made your conscience, the common sense is a line. Common sense say you move it's not a flower that easily grows in a bill like garden. The only thing is that you need to caution in many care. There are certain things will come more. You can criticize the president, you can criticize an MP, you can criticize a minister, everything you can. But to threats, issue out some threats to president. When you are doing the bill to issue out threats to a zone queen, there be something more in care encourage or society.
Yes, and we should all learn from this one, especially the young ones more hereby.
Social media, man.
Exactly. We are always there 24/7.
Oh, yes.
And you see, the certain is that elsewhere, many they use social media to promote their business, to develop themselves, and also help. But I'm here, and I'm sure we'll have time and talk about how social media. The last time I met a student, and a student more prepared for WASI, and I had a discussion with her how more a cry goes my dear, and she made a comment that said, "It is all. I'm manning mama from phone tires and quoting my hene." He said, "Daniel, Aruba here and I call a lalia."
Phone is exactly what
he say he addicted to TikTok to the extent okay. Like the last time po ejebale area or kitchen because
TikTok.
One hand was with the phone following TikTok videos and the other hand was also trying to cook. And at the end of the day, she lost concentration at some point.
So Rich, I think at this time, what you need to do is to enlighten your mind, especially the younger ones, SHS mind, JHS mind, as to case campaign social media, they got to stay. There are a lot of animals consumer online.
Yeah.
Social media as well, and even YouTube and any other channel was well. You know what? Scam, I look at my call TikTok. Mama, I don't even know how to operate TikTok. Baba, me cook videos la, but a younger one made mother 10 years you. He operated TikTok so easily. I think there should be some sort of sensitization and education be from my mobile that level. I'm but use social media and I phone email that bay, but over buzz matter. Like if only do a seven, you look like a phone can dance. Near money, and they don't know how. It is a very disturbing thing. I think we need to start the sensitization, the radio station, the television station on how to use earphones, especially social media appropriately.
And to maintain now one kaya into bema social media use one more equal wire. Let's move to the Chronicle. When the big story on the front page of the Chronicle says that Cocoa Board shoots down cheating accusations, says it's paying cocoa farmers more than what the Ivory Coast is paying her farmers. It was the front page of the Chronicle. It has the picture of Dr. Randy Abbey, the Cocoa Board CEO with cocoa pot in his hand. That's a beautiful picture on the front page of the Chronicle. But you see, in fact, there has been a lot of explanation to the new price of cocoa. But to the ordinary Ghanaian, to the ordinary cocoa farmer, English, English, what the ordinary cocoa farmer was looking up to, a promise that will put huge sums of money into a pocket. But
Rich, on cocoa issue, I think your politicians they need to learn lessons from some of these things. You see, farmer may war side. The farmer doesn't care about anything. All that the farmer cares about, there was a promise. Has the promise been delivered? A major concern, Melalan. Promise, Melamana. Your current president, man, here they took the then administration. They are not paying cocoa farmers. The amount of cocoa before to Abakake as at then. He is likely to pay cocoa farmers and a bag of cocoa and a ton and a camera at 6,000. Scampega, you movie from I think 3,200 or so to about 120 something cities. The cocoa farmer may it worry like a promise me there. Wakro farmer me. But I'm going to say inflation. CD appreciation. The cocoa farmer may more my economics. You understand the micro and microeconomics, madam indicator. Cocoa farmer may have value, may zilla yafna. Ni cocoa farmer, you make a worker my cocoa is zelani. I think your politicians say it's high time more say they make a pronouncement about. They should be very careful with the pronouncement they make because they will be held accountable by some group of people more. In makabaka hana ozonye ni elected to memezi like you promise 6,000 we could deliver 6,000.
And I think that has been the kind of politics more money and you see then you could argue the exchange rate then was wrong and yes. Iban kuku how may toy world market here we are getting more. So you were expecting the government to also give more yes. to the cocoa farmer. It didn't happen. Knowing very well, Baba, you were going to put in measures in place so that the economy will also bounce back. But remember, economy, one of the indicators has to do with the exchange rate. We're going to fine-tune the exchange rate, of which the government has done it. It took you are now selling it, and you are not going to get that much as to how much we used to get previously. The another argument has to do with the fact that scapular inflation was even if increment became right, if you go to the market, the basket of goods more, the money now can buy it, isn't it? But the the cocoa farmer he's not looking at
it. Even with that argument, I personally disagree with that argument. Right. Okay. About a month or two ago, how much was a crate of egg?
Yes, Kapala.
Scamper how much?
In fact,
I was saying inflation at the moment can the book more.
But someone told me economics is the best one practices the one in your pocket. How you feel?
Me minimum better economics to pa mele ya ma minimum button
exactly,
in market. It's not about buku nu bela me cover theory. Inflation by ne economics na dey. Okay, a young guy about 3 months ago need to watch it. The bela 25 cedis one ED. In nela they say inflation yamana. It was the same 25 cedis ED.
And I think it also comes to the fact that you see a robust system, a system that puts some sort of checks and balances in the economy. As inflation was it, but it does not reflect in the market.
Yes.
And you expect sellers to respond to inflation in Quebec and the clear case has to deal with even DSTV issue more happening. You see, sellers will make argument, okay, the time of my value may any more bad one, you are making an argument. For inflation, for how long will you going to continue to keep old stocking, more local cover new stocking tea, a letter as well? Nti am yeso to the kaba ba ma ye mu ayewa na mane eva edan baba evia scapula cement. A lot of young guys they are waiting care cement price go hase, but prices money easy some 6 months ago meso la ye la ye ridanu ya nti it to the kaba hard. You want the Ghanaian point. Then on the front page of the Ghanaian point there's a big story here that has the picture of the president of the republic. You see Africa's growing youth, a ticking time bomb without jobs, President Mahama. And in fact, a continent here, Africa, youthful population here, you will be pa.
Oh yes.
And in fact, youthful population it has its own advantages and disadvantages. In fact, one thing more, youthful population, a crab okay, amount minimum the energy most of the labor force, if I'm out. But again, if any labor force is then it begs for job creation. Unfortunately, in Africa, when it comes to job creation, we always look at the government because the government does not provide an enabling environment for the private sector to thrive, so that's about expanding. Politics is killing businesses in Africa. Politics. Party A comes and makes sure okay, Party B and I can be more believed to be a supporter of the other party to collapse business. And the president is if you're not careful, the youth
even
will look for something.
Yeah, more people you are looking at a private man more. He's being linked to a private a political party. Most often they think they are financiers.
Yes.
Collapse the financial power of that particular political party said Let's look at policies more, even the previous government. A typical example, let's look at 1D1F. This current government you say in 1D1F ni ojukobula. Meanwhile, it's a government policy. 1D1F may running war money no more. The machines ni more of startly more. The previous administration Ghana's go.
So meaning or those industries in the Kenya here and companies they come here the
deliver the private one put them ye vegina hand magana organize dre the next administration say man me hwe na say ye governance anake ye cover administration leadership me o man if ye kwaezola how then are we going to see development? It's a there are schools that were built during Kufuor time. Bakra be completed the blah. Mills Mahama administration first term there are schools that were built during Mills Mahama first term. There are Kufuor administration there are schools ne other infrastructures more be Vabasabahani in the previous administration. Current president in my Honbake. Me say a modern if I say kind ye ebo if I we are looking up to him care also come honey but that hasn't been covered the trend over the years. A typical example Sangro SHS school basha double complete business and government school jina the kakuma ni jin la small coffee patches baba na school in mom. Yeah.
But it's good. Sangod, yeah, it's a very big issue.
So yeah, for a typical example, Sangre SHS, be structure medical. In 2017, I think, he started the school worker. As at 2017, earlier, but completely more. By then, ne cover a TFI, no, any facility you can where were anybody completely. It took some time, but answer the school is I. You find waste and means be man, or all party more, but as it stands now, Sangre SHS. But a complete structure more. Meanwhile, administration be like 8 years ago. In today, something more we seriously need to discourage. The population of Africa, especially Ghana, the chunk of it, a youthful population. Yeah, say energy be money. Look at the number of people more. You ask yourself, so many, and now yet they are fully employed. More be yejima correct more but agite bi oka bi mo eza personal secretary tankeko but majority of them account men more papa nti papa I was energy here baka ya and bozo kania baba mam no mo yezo e wo yewdu every evening
and bosama e pejuma ma salemo ya yejuma nti say working as some groups from the Kabe Baba na say employee many na yama early jumadi my labuaya is the big one more as African countries. You what the daily graphic now on the front page of the daily graphic has the picture of Shatta Wale. It's a Shatta Wale release 5 million Ghana cedis bond as also like 2 sureties fans besiege Yoko intermezzo on the front page of the